Hey, my name is Dr. Sean Price, Clinical Coordinator here at The Fix, Fort Walton Beach. Last video I shot, excuse this text here, we're going to just ignore that. Last video I shot was regarding your health as it being your number one asset. This next video I want to talk about is the things that get in the way of us taking care of our number one asset. For example, you got to get the kids up and get the kids ready for school. The kids have after school activities. You've got to be to work at a certain hour. You've got, life is just so busy, you just don't have the ability to get it done. And we all battle that. Every single one of us battle that. Everybody, even if they're unemployed, they seem to have a hard time finding the time to do the things that they think are important. So what you have to do, and I've talked about this in some of my other videos about getting the most important things on your schedule first, what you have to do is you have to make sure that you handle these things first. They become your first priority in your day, and then the rest of the day can do what it needs to do, and you know you've done what needed to be done. The challenge is when you start making excuses or you start giving the reasons as to why you didn't do a certain thing, then in your mind, spiritually, psychologically, however you want to look at it, you shut the door to finding the solution. So the question to start asking yourself is not, why didn't I do a certain thing? Because you will always find the answers. The question to start asking yourself is, how can I make sure I do the right things? And that it gives you a whole different mindset. So start asking yourself that question every single day. When it's something that you're trying to do, it's something you're trying to accomplish, instead of making excuses, and the excuses come from the questions that you ask yourself, and the questions that you ask yourself are, gosh, why didn't I do that today? Why didn't I work out today? Well, I didn't work out today because I had to get up and get the kids ready for school, had to go to work, my boss was calling me, all these reasons pop into mind. Instead, say to yourself, how can I make that happen? How can I make myself exercise? Giving you the example from my personal life, when about probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was kind of burning the candle at both ends. I would go to bed about midnight, I'd get up at 4 and I'd work all day. And my wife, she started noticing, noticing I was kind of foggy. I was not functioning as well as I should. She kept bringing it up to me and kept bringing it up to me. I didn't really notice it, so I didn't really think it was too much of an issue. Finally, she told me, she goes, go run the tests on yourself and see what's going on. So I did. I ran my adrenal test, and she was absolutely right. I had flatlined my adrenals. So one of the agreements I made with her was if these labs came back showing that there was an issue, that we would make adjustments to my schedule. So what we did is I started going to bed around 10 o'clock, sometimes 11, but about 10, 11 o'clock, and getting up at 6. So I went from sleeping 4 hours a night to sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. That took out 3 hours of productivity in my day. And it stressed me out. I was like, how am I going to do this? I already don't have enough time to do everything I'm supposed to do. So started asking the questions, I can't do that. Here's why. I started saying, why can't I do this? And I started going through all this. So then finally I was like, we made this agreement. Health is important. It's our number one asset. How can I make this happen? And I started rearranging my schedule, and I started doing things and finding priorities that I could pull out, or activities that I could pull out of my schedule, and things that I could do. I started making a morning ritual where I get up in the morning. First thing I do is this, and this. I'm working out, and this, and it's all handled. So there's always a way to make it happen. You just have to prioritize your life, and you have to say, how can I make this happen? Not, why can't I? Okay? The questions are critical. Hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to post below.